innumerable stops, and an interminable time to cover the distance from Badrinath to Govind Ghat by bus. I was impatient to reach Gangaria before dark. The trail to Gangaria is cobbled for the mules and littered, since we Indians drop our garbage with aplomb and walk on. The first kilometers was sheer joyless trudging. I had gained some height and could glimpse the Himalayas that I seek on treks, remote, majestic, splendid, and still. I had recovered my state of equilibrium and could enjoy nature and walk without human interaction. By the time I reached Gangaria, I was happy to call it a day. I found myself a basic, would need, single bedded room. Outside, there were people moving to and fro, busy with the business of settling themselves in for the night. Walking back to my lodge, I retired early. At 4:15 a.m., I was woken up with a tepid bucket of water. At daybreak, I was walking towards the bifurcation point where the trail to the Valley of Flowers heads left, off the main trail to Hemkund Sahib. I revelled in being completely alone in the high Himalayas at last. The trail was well marked, and the surrounding views were superb. Less than a kilometer away were two trekkers in their late twenties. Rajesh's inscrutable, impassive face gave nothing away. Ajit's contrasting look of incredulity said it all.
Are you going alone to the Valley of Flowers?
Was the redundant question. The forest ranger had decreed that the trail was not officially open. They were debating whether they should back off and go towards Hemkund Sahib instead. I turned the corner and realized why they had stopped in their tracks. Ahead was the first ice sheet. It had been a long time since I had glissaded on glaciers. I stepped gingerly on the ice and crossed slowly with exceeding care. What a spectacular trail! Bark of Bhojpatra littered the ground instead of sweet wrappers. Verdant green, the occasional flower peeping through. When we reached the dangerous glacier, I looked from several angles, trying to see ahead. It curved an impossible distance. Sheer vertical cliff led to the river, cascading over rocks. The latter part seemed possible, but the initial bit was undoubtedly dangerous. I sat down, debated the pitfalls, and decided to opt out.
Judge your own limits. Don't take unnecessary risks. Have fun and take care.
I watched their vanishing figures, scrambled back with considerable difficulty onto the main trail, and sat and watched the river and the glacier with a mixture of anger, resentment, and hurt. I realized I had really been keen to go to the Valley of Flowers. Finally, I turned back. I had walked half a kilometer back when I saw six locals sitting on the path. I explained my predicament.
We'll take you across. We are working 3 or 4 kilometers ahead of the glacier, clearing the track for the season.
After a short discussion during which I explained how poorly skilled I was to cross, the young volunteer confidently promised.
You want to go there. We will make sure you reach. Just don't be afraid. We'll make you cross.
They cut a path through the ice for every step of the way as we crossed a half-kilometer glacier, regaling me with stories. The valley was beautiful. It was mid-June. The flowers were not yet in abundant bloom, yet it was still worth every step of the way.
Do you know why we are doing this? When you go back, you will tell 5 people that we helped you cross, and the people where you live will think we are good people.
I promised them I would tell more than 5 people.
The Eagle. He clasps the crag with crooked hands, close to the sun in lonely lands. Ringed with the azure world, he stands. The wrinkled sea beneath him crawls. He watches from his mountain walls. And, like a thunderbolt, he falls.